Hello everyone, it's Stray Faye here with another episode of Variable Barricade. Alright, making our way through Ichiya's route. Last episode, we have some concerns with Hibari about Ichiya. Some concerns cropped up maybe about his previous relationships, his exes, because apparently as an older man he's had lots of relationships, although that didn't seem to be a problem with the other guys. Well, I guess Shion was in like a lot of like pet relationships. Taiga didn't really have that much. But yeah, so there'll be like an ex coming into the scene. Not sure if it's gonna be like a jealous ex or like some other scenario. And Hibari also just wants Ichiya to just talk like a normal person, like stop flirting with her. Just wants to know more about him, and it's really hard to do because he keeps like deferring everything to her, just like what she wants, like what suits Hibari, like the princess, like has to have everything perfect for her. And we're not really like learning anything about what he likes or like what his like real personality is. So yeah, it's like that will get tiring after a while in a relationship when it's just all about you. Alright, so let's do this next chapter. We have a little branch here. What is normal love? As a beginner at romance, I find the whole thing intimidating. I made up with Kazu to get some advice. Okay, it's been a while since we've seen Kazu. It's like really weird about this route. Like, before his number was always deleted, but in this route, Kasuga didn't snatch our phone to like delete the number. It makes me even more suspicious that Kazu is actually just Ichiya in disguise, and that's why Kasuga just didn't delete the number. Because he wanted us to get to know him better. Alright, let's play this event. Aha! I think I see. Totally not Ichiya with a hat on. So the 4 people courting you. Mr. Perfect Boyfriend has the lead by a hair, eh? I suppose so. All told. But that's only out of the 4 of them. I emphasized that last part as I spoke to Kazu, who was sitting directly across from me. At some point, I hadn't noticed the milk tea he had ordered for me turned chill enough to stop steaming. I thought about it long and hard, but yeah, there's something about talking with him that's soothing. Last night, I'd gotten a whiz message from him out of the blue. It's been a while, Hibari. How did things turn out? Getting along well with them? It had surprised me, and out of habit, I went to reply right away. But then a moment later, my fingers froze. Should I actually answer this? Do not meet with him again, miss. Please. It's for your own good. Yeah, well, you didn't delete the number this time. I started a reply on reflex, marking his message as read. He would know I'd seen it. No doubt he'd be waiting for a reply. Now what? It's been a while since I heard from you. I'm worried you're under a lot of stress by yourself, so I thought I'd get in touch. I'd really appreciate a reply. Even just a quick hi is fine. Well, it's rude to suddenly stop communicating with someone. I could at least say one last thing. I wonder how he felt in the other route when it was like, blocked. I'm sorry. I think this might be the last message I can send to you. But she still ends up meeting him anyway. Still, I have to admit, I was surprised when I got your reply. I was starting to worry that something had happened to you. I'm sorry. Things were a little busy here for a while. I couldn't go to my suitors for advice, not when I'd be talking about each other to them. I couldn't ask Kasuga either. Smugi was the only one I could go to. But with Smugi being the way she is, Kazu was probably the only person I could turn to for a serious discussion about the weird, conflicted feelings I had for Ichiya. I know I'm supposed to be avoiding him, but now here we are. And then he sounded so worried for me when I finally did reply, asking what had happened and if I was okay. Eventually I asked Aramura to be my alibi again, and came here to meet with him. Again, Aramura, MVP here. Although it didn't seem to work, like Kazuka saw right through it. You're dealing with 4 of them at once. I can see how that would be taxing. But you're here now. You can relax them around me, okay? Thank you. You don't have to thank me. Whatever the reason, I really just wanted an excuse to come and talk with you again. He sounded honestly concerned. I nodded slowly. So yeah, shall we get back on the topic? Let's see if I have this right. You think Mr. Perfect Boyfriend may not be too bad, but you're worried about his past lovers. Basically. Well, he is in his mid-20s. From everything you've told me, he seems like the experienced type. All his acquaintances are girls too. When they chat, he flirts with them constantly, standing much too close to them and smiling at them. It's clear he's had so many other girlfriends before now. I know there's no point in worrying about it, but every time he flirts with me, I can't help it. Now you wonder what he was like with his other girlfriends. How he's different for you. And if he is at all. Do I have that right? Pretty much. I know it's meaningless to compare myself to those other women, but... I pulled my shoulders further and further in as I talked. Kazu looked at me and smiled gently. No, it's understandable. Anyone in your situation would do the same thing. Most of the time, this would just be a trite instance of jealousy towards his exes. But your situation is a bit, different, I'd say. Oh? Generally, when girls get jealous, there's an undercurrent of hostility towards the earlier girlfriends. But it isn't like that with you, right? You aren't angry at all the romantic experience Mr. Perfect has, and you don't feel all that strongly about any of his past girlfriends. What you're doing is simply making a comparison between the present and the past. I'm sorry if this offends you, but... You said once you had effectively have 0 romantic experience, right? Basically. Right. And since you don't understand what normal romance is, you feel inferior to his exes. And that is spurring you to try and find out what it means. Yes, you may be feeling a little something for Mr. Perfect, but you can't act on those feelings. Part of it is probably because of his past. But I suspect the bigger issue is likely a problem coming from inside you, Hibari. You just aren't confident that this is real, honest love. Kazu's words stunned me. Now that he said it out loud, it was all so clear. I didn't know whether this was truly a normal romantic relationship. That's why I doubted Ichiya's motives for always deferring to me. That's why I kept asking myself, is this what normal couples do? But if that's the case, what do I do? Whether I'm on a date with him or just hanging out at home, he acts the same. He defers to me in every issue, thinking only about making me happy. Is the correct answer to accept what he's offering? To give him what he wants by letting him pamper me constantly, like he did with all his other girlfriends? No, I don't think that's it. Kazu shook his head, taking a sip of his now lukewarm coffee. Personally, I think the idea that you're obligated to love someone back only exactly as much as they love you is bunk. I mean, how do you measure love? Mind, it isn't like I've actually met Mr. Perfect Boyfriend, so I don't know if this is all accurate. But I have to wonder if he has dependency issues when it comes to women, or with love in general. Dependency issues? Yeah. I bet he has major anxiety problems if he thinks someone doesn't love him. That's why he tries to overcompensate by pouring it on with others. He's convinced if he loves someone hard enough, they'll grow to love him in turn. So he pushes and pushes. Now this is going to sound harsh, but that isn't love. It's a transaction. An exchange where he only gives because he expects he'll get something in return. Okay, that's exactly what Hibari, felt it was. I blinked, surprised at the venom in Kazu's unusually kind voice. Okay, this is strange. Now I'm like, Now that we know Ichiya's thoughts, we've seen a chapter of him in his perspective. He is legitimately insecure. So this is making me think that this is not Ichiya, and that's he's a really good actor. You must have noticed, because he grimaced and knocked back the dregs of his cold coffee. Anyway, at the end of the day, what's most important is what he really feels. Is it truly you he cares for? Or would he be happy with anyone, so long as they feed him the love he's desperate for? I think that deserves some careful consideration on your part. Yeah, you're probably right. So glad I got to discuss this with you, Kazu. You helped straighten out so many things in my mind, including some of my own foibles. I don't use that word that much. I'm happy to hear I could help. I hope I wasn't too blunt. No, not at all. I really appreciate your candor. You're an earnest girl, Hibari. Sometimes a little too earnest. Personally, I think you could focus on yourself a little more, and no one would be upset. That's harder than it seems. Yeah, it probably is. As an adult, you have to look out for your own interests so much more often. Your selflessness is like a shining beacon. Kazu, you think you're self-interested? Oh, definitely. I may not look it, but I'm actually pretty mercenary. Kazu smiled slyly at me. He definitely doesn't look it to me, but... Ah, you're doubting me. Not really. I mean, ever since we met, you've been nothing but kind to me. Is it all a front? He said he's mercenary, means they only do stuff for their own gain. I can't see how that counts as self-interested. You're giving me advice without getting anything in return. Oh, I think I'm getting plenty in return for my advice, actually. Chatting with you is fun, for one. Not only that, I get to have coffee together with a young, beautiful woman. I think any man would consider that a fair exchange, and then some. Oh. I wasn't sure how serious he was being. I wasn't sure I minded so much either. He was extremely good at handling people. To be honest, I envied his ease. Ah, well, that aside. If anything happens between you and Mr. Perfect Boyfriend again, will you let me know? Well, I suppose I could. Great. I'll keep my fingers crossed that everything turns out for you. Alright, thanks. We've scheduled a date coming up soon. I'll send you a whiz message after and let you know how it went. Oh, the date with Ichiya. Alright, not taking Kasuga's advice and getting still meeting with Kazu. Somehow knowing Kazu was keeping his fingers crossed for me made it seem like things would turn out okay. Feeling a little better, I hung out with him in the coffee shop for a while longer, sitting and chatting and enjoying every minute. Oh. It's like she actually had a good time with him. Just talking normally. Alright, that little mini chapter is cleared. What's this next branch here? A convenient companion. Ichiya bumps into Aramura and asks her for advice on his relationship with me. Okay. I like it. Looks like they're meeting with different people. Now Ichiya's just gonna be meeting with a different woman, and Hibari's just meeting with a different man. I mean, I guess you always need some outside perspective here. Alright, let's play this event. Shibuya, one of Tokyo's biggest downtown districts. Always bustling no matter what time of day, its streets were as crowded as ever this evening. Anyone would get carried away by the big city's dazzling nightlights, but... Ugh. I heaved a heavy sigh as I plodded my way down to the sidewalk, pushing against the flow of the crowd. Not to crow over my achievements too loudly, but I think my last date with Hibari went well. We watched a movie, we had a great conversation, we walked the streets, then had a lovely dinner. Hibari looked like she thoroughly enjoyed the time we spent together too. No, I know she had fun. The way she was acting, it was clear she was having a good time. But... I'm flattered that you want me to choose again, but are you sure you'll have fun too? Of course. When you're having fun, I'm having fun. Nothing makes me happier than seeing a smile on your face. I don't think that's quite right. Not right. If there's anything I'm doing wrong, just let me know, what? I'll do whatever it is that you like best. That's not what I mean. Hibari, you don't have to hold back on my account. Really, say whatever's in your heart. All the other girls you dated, did you let them make all the decisions too? Huh? It's nothing. Forget it. What did I do wrong? I sighed again and looked out across the flashing neon of nighttime Shibuya. I'd come here to look around and check some things out in preparation for our Sunday date, but for some reason I just couldn't shake that uneasy look Hibari had given me earlier. It was practically burned on the back of my eyelids. All the other girls I've dated, To be honest, that was a sore point. From her point of view, did someone with as much dating experience as me seem unfaithful, maybe? Even if that was a point against me, it was still possible to convince her to trust me. I believed that wholeheartedly. All I needed to do was get her to fall for me. But that's the hard part. Even though it does feel like we're closer than we were before, turning my charm way up doesn't seem to faze her, no matter how thick I lay it on. It's so bad I'm almost starting to doubt that I have any charm at all. I knew from experience that I sometimes got a bit of a big head about my ability to attract women, to think one look could wipe out my self-confidence. My shoulders slumped as I let out my umpteenth sigh of the evening. Just then. Oh my god, mister, you are smoking hot. What, are you all by yourself? That's, like, totally gotta be a sin. Why don't we get some dinner? Oh, I was getting hit on. A prettily dressed young lady dashed up to me, her eyes sparkling in the neon lights. Oh, sorry, but... was today, like, some kind of downer for you? You look like your dog died. Do I really look that gloomy? Oh, for sure. You were, like, just looking super depressed. I just couldn't take it, so I came to say hi and cheer you up. I was just thinking over some personal issues, that's all. I guess I must have let more show on my face than I thought. Oh gosh, that sounds so rough. Personal drama sucks is the big one for sure, but it's healthy to get it all out. You can totally unload on me. She's probably looking for another unload. Thanks. It's sweet of you to worry about a random stranger like me. Right? I'm like a saint. That's why we should get some dinner together. She was nice, but that aside, just goes out with her. I had already pledged myself to someone, so getting involved with her was a bad idea. Okay, good job. Because, like, you know, like, at that moment, Hibari's just gonna, like, walk by. We chatted for a little longer, and eventually I convinced her to reluctantly walk away. I waved as she left and let out a sigh of relief. I'm smoking hot, huh? I let her words bounce around in my head for a bit, looking up at the night sky. Yeah, she's right. I'm not hideous by a long shot. he lets it, like, hype himself up. No, I'm not the least bit unattractive. I'm definitely a sweet catch. Alright, well, I guess that helps. They say, like, a lot of men are, like, just so starved for compliments that, Like, even if you just say, like, something basic, that, like, you look nice or something, it, like, hypes up their whole year. It'll be okay, me. I have to have confidence. I mumbled my pep talk to myself as I ran my fingers through my hair. Hey, mister. Yeah, I'm hot. Okay, sir. If anybody needed proof, here I am, getting propositioned by all the cute ladies in Shibuya. Oh, it's Arabura. Hi. Ichiya, it is you. What are you doing out on the town like this? What, going to visit your side piece or something? You! If my memory was right, this is one of Hibari's friends. What was your name again? Oh right, Noah Aramura. You've sure got some guts hanging out waiting for girls to hit on you when you're someone else's suitor. No, wait! You've got the wrong idea! I swear! Look, you don't have to make excuses. I don't care if you're out here for a quick fling or if you're two-timing her or whatever. Not my problem. Oh wow, she wouldn't even tell. She wouldn't even tell Hibari. It's like, well, not getting into this one. But, word of warning. I'd suggest investing in, like, a bulletproof jacket or something. The Tojo family can get a wee bit dramatic sometimes. Oh no. Would you just listen to me? Please. Gotta beware of Kasuga. You know, shoot him up like the mafia here. Okay, oh, we're taking her out. What? So are you going to flirt with me now? You're even more of a playboy than I thought. You can stop teasing me now. Really, I just explained everything. Weren't you listening? I know Noah is friends with Hibari, but I just couldn't see myself getting along with her. It was like she knew instinctively where all my weak spots were, and she needled them mercilessly. Ah, well, you did treat me to some drink, so I guess I could listen for a bit. So, what was all this all about again? You don't get what she's feeling or some crap. Basically, we went on a date once before, and it looked like Hibari enjoyed herself. But when I asked her out on a second one, she didn't seem as keen on the idea for some reason. But she didn't say no. A date, huh? Where'd you go? To a movie and dinner after. Some other things in between. I'm pretty sure I managed to do everything she wanted me to. I went over our date step by step, giving Noah a summary of what happened from beginning to end. After I finished, Noah gave me a look of utter boredom and said, God, Ichiya, you're a total simp. You try so hard to be at the girl's beck and call, it's so dull. A simp? Yeah, having a boyfriend who will do whatever you want sounds great on the surface. And at first it can be pretty awesome. But after a while, you just get used to it, you know? You get used to being pampered and it gets old. Eventually, a girl's gonna want some excitement, you know? I don't ever want a guy who will do everything I tell him. It'd be massively boring. Boring? Is that what I'm like? What, that rings some bells. I couldn't deny it. Noah used some different words, yeah, and she was definitely more blunt about it, but what she said was almost exactly what all my ex-girlfriends said when they broke up with me. Oh. Ex-girlfriend A. It's not you, honest. I feel so lucky that I got to spend some time with someone so amazing, but, well, I was too happy, if that makes sense. And I have to move on from you. Go back to real life and find someone who's more on my level. Oh. Ex-girlfriend B. When I was with you, I felt like I was a princess, and that was incredible for a time, but it wasn't real. I'm not a princess. Not in real life. I had the time of my life dating you, but it's time I started thinking about getting married. Building a life. Being with you is a dream, but I have to wake up. Oh, okay, well, the silhouette here. Okay, are these like actually characters that are gonna pop up later, or are these like other Otome characters? You know, like play Who's That Pokemon? Like who is this Otome character? I feel like this one has like probably should have a recognizable silhouette, but I'm not sure. I'm sorry, when I'm with you, I feel like I'm turning into a terrible person. I'm kind of scared you're spoiling me too much, you know? I know it must sound super selfish of me to say that a guy who's just plain nice isn't enough, but it isn't. I'm sorry. Goodbye. Thanks for everything. He's the failed love interest. Tell me if I hit the mark here. You're shoving so much love at her, she's confused and unsettled. But if you do everything you can to make a person happy, is it wrong to think that they'd want to make you happy in return? Not really, I guess, but you know. Flip that around and it's like you're being all like, I made you happy, now you have to make me happy. Doesn't that sound kind of like a threat? A threat? My head spun. I felt like someone had just punched me out of nowhere. Then, does Hibari think I'm threatening her with my affection? I don't know. Ask her, not me. But I can at least say that from what I've seen, Tojo's probably not into yes men. She's already surrounded by toadies on a daily basis. Oh, now that you mention it, that does make a lot of sense. You could tell that they'd been classmates for a while. Noah's observations were sharp and on point. I guess basically what I'm saying is that there's such a thing as being too nice. Yeah, being all ladies first all the time sounds cool. But deferring to her in every little thing is an obvious sign you don't have any confidence in your own opinions and ideas and stuff like that. I mean, when you ask her to give you the answer every time, you're guaranteed not to screw up. That's harsh. Noah just smiled at me slyly. We don't want a guy who's like a total pushover, but we also don't want one who doesn't make us feel special. We girls can be a little contrary sometimes. We, huh? So you too? Me. I pick and choose which one I want, depending on the mood I'm in at the time. Spoken like someone who expected she'd never want for choice. Jeez, modern high school girls were frightening. But she does have a point. That could be why Hibari kept asking me if I had fun after our date. I gave her everything that she wanted, but that only seemed to make her look conflicted. I thought she was just trying to be courteous, but I guess that was off the mark. Ah well, Tojo kinda has stick up her butt, so maybe being passive isn't the way to go. Try being more aggressive, maybe. Aggressive? Yeah, the way I see it, she may look like she's got it all together, but that's only in some cases. In others, she's so not. People like her are more susceptible than you think to a man who's a bit assertive. I guess that worked with the other ones. It's like just like got a little bit, not like pushy, but like kind of threw her through a loop. Assertive, huh? Yeah, you're the older one, right? You've got that attractive, mature guy aura all over you. Don't be afraid to use it. Heh, maybe you could, like, literally sweep her off her feet and carry her to the bedroom. I kid. Ah. Oh god, don't do that. She would lose it. Kasuga would probably lose it. Carry her to the bedroom. Ichiya, don't let that be the lesson. Like, please don't. Hello. In case you missed it, that was a joke. You know, not serious. Were you listening? Oh no. Oh no. He's not actually gonna, like, take her to the bedroom, right? That'd be way too fast! You better invest in a bulletproof vest, dude. After Noah and I went our separate ways, I sat in my car. I ruminated over everything she had told me for a long time. Be assertive. Maturity is attractive. Now that she mentioned it, it did feel like my maturity and experience were my strong points. I feel like you've been trying to lay it on thick, though, dude. Like, it's like you're not... Like, you're trying so hard to be the Casanova, and, like, you said you're very insecure about it. I was the oldest of her suitors, and I was confident I was mature enough to treat women like an adult should. But that'd be assertive stuff. If I tried being assertive and Hibari wound up hating me for it... What's important is that whatever your crap is has got nothing to do with her. She doesn't care. She's gonna do things her way, and that's that. Personally, I think the best idea is to keep doing the trial and error stuff you got going on now. Get panicky and you'll just do something dumb. I understand what Taiga was getting at now, too. Listening to Hibari's opinion on things is definitely the most important thing I can do. But then how does that change things? We had been growing closer, but I just couldn't seem to make that last big step. Yeah, the way I see it, she may look like she's got it all together, but that's only in some cases. In others, she's so not. I could see where Noah was coming from on that one, too. Behind Hibari's strong gaze, I'd sometimes catch a glimpse of uneasiness, or of young uncertainty. Hibari could be strong, and she always put up a brave front, but she was insecure on the inside. If what she really wants is an assertive man who'll step up and take control, then doesn't that mean everything I've done so far has been exactly the opposite? I mean, you have been taking control in some ways, but you're also not being honest with your feelings. Oh, okay, ex-girlfriend C. I know it must sound super selfish of me to say that a guy who's just plain nice isn't enough, but it isn't. I'm sorry. Goodbye. Thanks for everything. If she gives up on me, it'll be the end. There's no telling how long my life together with her would continue. None of us suitors know. But while I was sitting here twiddling my thumbs, it was more than possible that one of the others would manage to capture her heart. And if that happened... Oh, what's this? I don't care what you're really like, or what he's like for that matter. Shut up and do what I tell you, you counterfeit loser. Or else. Wait, what? Oh, who is that? Apparently the light had changed and I didn't notice. Annoyed honks from the car behind me snapped me back to reality. I stepped on the gas. Oh, hell no. I have to remember why I'm still here. God, if I can't get Hibari to choose me, then The darkness I had locked in the deepest corner of my heart writhed, creeping past its bonds and into my mind. I cleared my throat and shoved it back into its tiny box where it belonged. If what I'm doing isn't working, then I just have to change things up and find something that does. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. If I want something, I'm gonna have to do what I need to do to get it. There was nothing for it. I simply had to do it. That was the only choice I had if I wanted to run away from the shadows seething in my heart. Okay. I know what that was about. Convenient companion, clear. Alright, let's do the next chapter. Probably one more chapter. Oh, got a whiz message. Who dis? It's Aramura. Oh, take it easy, okay? Hey, Dojo, how about you try being a little nicer to Ichiya? Huh? Where'd this come from? I bumped into him earlier. He looked down in the dumps. What am I supposed to do about that? The guy puts up a front, yeah, but underneath he's kinda sensitive. When you act all sassy at him, it makes him super depressed. I don't know. Well, that was my impression. You can do whatever. Though, do give it some thought. Just some. Aw, Arbor is like, actually cares. I'm not sure I understand your point, but I guess. Okay. She's like, what? Unexpected meetup. Alright, next chapter. Precious Things Stolen. My second date with Ichiya. I'm surprised at how mature and confident he seems. Then, as the sun goes down... Okay, what's gonna happen? Please don't tell me he takes her to the bedroom! The day of our date arrived. Ichiya decided that this time he would take me out for a drive. Looks like traffic is a little worse than I expected. It'll take a bit before we're out of it. I leaned back in the passenger seat, quietly watching Ichiya as he drove. I fidgeted. It felt a little odd to be sitting in a car that wasn't simply picking me up from a place. Had no destination in mind. What's wrong? If you're tired of being in the car, we can stop somewhere for a quick rest. I'm not tired. I was just thinking how different it was to watch you driving a car. Ah, cool. Do I look so mature you couldn't help but fall for me a second time? I haven't even fallen for you a first time! Huh. But you know, that answer tells me you're at least thinking about it now. Ugh. Whatever. Pay attention to the road, not me. You're still driving. Huh? Oh, right. This is going to be a perfectly safe trip, of course. The safest. Ichiya quickly turned to look forward again. He watched the road for a while, but I could feel him steal quick glances over my direction every few minutes. Something feels off. Well, no. Something always felt off around Ichiya, but why did I feel especially awkward? So, yeah. About today's date. Could you let me handle everything this time? I promise you'll have a great time. His question startled me. He sounded so serious. Though, I almost felt my heart skip a beat. Almost. Unsure of what to do, I managed to mumble a disgruntled reply. I said I'd leave it all to you from the start. Do whatever you want. Thanks. After our talk, I gave things a lot of serious thought. I decided that, as the older and more mature one, I needed to step up and take the lead. Did you notice the difference in me today? I promise I'll make you look at me in a whole new way. Different or not, Ichiya finished that with his customary wink. I felt a cold shiver run down my spine, and I quickly turned to look out the window. Ichiya's strange behavior aside, I have to find the right opportunity to bring that up. I'm going to ask him about his past today. This is my best opportunity. I was curious about the possible dependency issues that Kazu had mentioned too. Did Ichiya really care for me? Or would he be happy with anyone as long as they lavished him with all the love he needed? I needed to stay focused and stay attentive so I could figure out which it was. When we arrived at our destination, the two of us got out of Ichiya's car and started making our way along the crowded sidewalk. However, I quickly felt my face go beet red. Ichiya! Oh, wait, what is he doing? He's what? Don't you what me? You're standing inappropriately close to me. Ichiya smiled, wrapped his arm around me and drew me closer. Oh, is this what he thinks? Like, I'm gonna be a mature man, I'm gonna be a Casanova and get in her personal space. I don't want you getting swept away by the crowds, you know. I have to keep a firm grip on you. Still. But this is how lovers walk. We aren't lovers. To other people, any couple out on a date looks like lovers. The people around us now, that's the label they give us when they look at us. I'm gonna get all self-conscious. Acting awkward will only make us stand out. Don't worry. I promise I'll escort you as only fitting of a gentleman. So relax and follow my lead. Ichiya! Have I ever told you that you look cute when you blush, Hibari? Ah, the walk sign is on. Let's go. Would you listen to me, please? What on earth has gotten into him? On our last date, he had been scrupulously certain to maintain a proper distance between the two of us. Now it's like the opposite. He'd been such a gentleman, I'd even changed my opinion of him a little bit. So what's with this sudden assertiveness? You're gonna confuse her? Like, too much. He's not acting himself today. Mortified, I shot a glare at his much too smug face. But really, what confused me more was my inability, my reluctance, to shake off his grasp. Ichiya brought me to a shopping mall located inside a large commercial skyscraper. See, here. This floor has a lot of jewelry stores on it. Do you like jewelry, Hibari? I like pretty things as much as anyone else, I suppose. But I haven't been in many jewelry stores. I was like, gonna get her some diamonds or something. It's like as a high schooler, it's probably like not trying to bedeck herself out in that expensive finery. I mean, she still has expensive finery, but like not like dripping with jewels. I know. Kasuga told me as much. I'm sure it's nice to have a sales rep make a business trip to your home in order to hawk their finest wares. But the true allure of jewelry comes from proper timing. There's a certain pleasure in browsing a store and finding a piece that speaks to you. I suppose. I guess if only I could just go into a jewelry store and be like, ah, yes, I'll get that one. Wrap it up, sir. It's like, nope. He wasn't wrong. Just looking at beautiful jewelry and gemstones could be fun. I do like sparkly things too. That's like a weird thing, like obsession as a kid. I like watching this like infomercial, or like it's not really an infomercial, but it was just like a station where you could like call and just like buy jewelry and gemstones, and I would just like watch it just to like look at all the pretty sparkly jewels that I would never buy because I was a kid and couldn't exactly like phone in to like buy some like rubies or something. I nodded at the suggestion, walking over to the window of the nearest shop and looking inside. That pearl necklace is lovely. Maybe it's a little too mature for me, though. Oh, and here's a selection of birthstone jewelry. Ichiya's birthday is in July. So mine is... Oh, does Hibari have a birthday? Or is it just like... It's our birthday or something, because you can name her whatever you want. Clerk. Please let me know if you'd like to take a closer look at anything. I'll open the case for you. Huh? Are you looking for a gift for the special someone you're with today? The two of you make a lovely couple. Indeed we do. We're also interested in looking over some of your engagement rings. What? Oh, how wonderful! Congratulations! Over here I have some rings that are simply gorgeous. Oh, just to be clear, we're only looking today. I'm grateful for the recommendations, but we aren't ready to do any purchases just yet. We'll be browsing everything on offer on this floor. If something catches our eyes, we'll definitely be back though. Thank you. Ichiya smiled at the clerk, then we took our leave. He held me by the hand the entire way. Once the clerk was out of sight, I turned to him and fixed him with a cool glare. Excuse me, Ichiya. Engagement rings? I mean, he is your suitor. Yeah, when a man and a woman are looking at rings, it's natural to say you're shopping for engagement rings. Maybe, but... Is there something else you'd rather I have said? I guess you can't be like a promise ring or something. Too mature for promise rings? I opened my mouth and closed it again with nothing to say. Ichiya leaned in, a teasing glint in his eye. Say, Hibari, what are we to each other? Well, you know, that. You're my suitor and... Right. At the end of the day, I'm just one suitor out of 4. It's a tenuous position that can be yanked away at any time on your whim. But Ichiya took my left hand and gently stroked my finger. My ring finger, too. The look on his face was solemn, mature. All of a sudden, I was reminded that he was older, an adult man. I swallowed hard. Think about it, hard. One of the four of us, the one you choose, will be your future husband. Has that really sunk in for you yet? Ichiya. It may be me who will eventually slip that ring on this very finger. Can you visualize that? His gaze held mine firm. I knew I couldn't squirm away. Confused, I said, make save file here. Okay. So where the bad ending comes in. Save over. Yeah, at the tippy top here. Okie doke. I think that's easy to tell the guys apart. They're just front and center. Alright, confused, I said, can you visualize it? He has a sword. What about you? Can you visualize it? That seems like a silly question to me, but did you ask because you want to hear me say it? Yes, I'm always thinking about it. I can easily picture the day we finally stand side by side, clear as a bell. My throat went dry as Ichiya's eyes locked onto mine. An unidentifiable light shone within their depths. I picture it far, far more clearly than I suspect you do. And I hope and pray every day that vision will someday blossom into reality. I'd hope that maybe you would consider giving it a little more thought than you have been, please. My question to him had been a little more than an escape attempt, but that look of his deftly cornered me again. He's right, though. Looking back, I had done everything I could to avoid thinking about that reality as much as possible. But things weren't going to stay like this forever. Something would eventually have to change. Someday, I'd have to make a decision. After talking to grandfather the other day, and now here with Ichiya, that truth was starting to loom larger and larger. I'm going to marry someday, be it Taiga, Shion, Nayata, or to Ichiya. Are you starting to feel a little peckish, maybe? I am. Let's move along. Oh, sure. I know a nice, relaxed place. I'm sure you'll love it. Come on. I'll take you there. Drink some water. Ichiya's gaze finally left me as he turned to start walking. I felt like I could breathe again. There's something unsettling about him today. It felt like he was charged with a strange magnetism that would bind me if I relaxed for even an instant. My right hand slid over to cover my left. It could have been my imagination, but I thought I felt a little heat where he touched my ring finger. How is it working? He pushed hard enough. Ichiya took me to a little hole-in-the-wall bistro where we enjoyed some casual French cuisine. Afterwards, we briefly window shopped at an interior furnishing show floor for foreign brands. Our chat earlier had left me feeling wound up. My nerves were thoroughly on edge, but he had completely returned to his usual casual self. His gentle demeanor helped calm me, and by the end, I was relaxed and enjoying our date together. As the sun was sinking towards the horizon, we got back into Ichiya's car, and he took off driving towards the coast. It's getting pretty dark pretty fast. I guess we're a bit too late to enjoy the sunset. Yeah, though the breeze does feel nice. Why don't we take a little stroll? By the time we reach the boat, the sun will have set and it'll be a lovely starry night. Ichiya held out his hand like it was the most natural thing in the world, and I took it without question. In just half a day together on this date, the distance between us has closed by a startling amount. Technically, all that's left is for us to go home from here. But first, I'm curious about what you thought of our date today. Did you have fun, princess? I felt uneasy the entire time. Like our first date, but in a different way. A different flavor of unsettling. Different how? On our first date, it was because you kept deferring to me in everything. I kept worrying about whether or not you were really having fun too. But this time you were more forceful, I suppose? I felt like you were, I don't know, pulling me along everywhere you went. It's like opposites. Like it kind of gets a little whiplashy. Did you not like it? I didn't hate it, but it probably doesn't feel like it's Ichiya. It just feels like he's going in the opposite direction. Like, oh, this didn't work. Let me try this way. And it doesn't feel genuine. That's good, at least. Can I assume that I made your heart skip a beat a time or two? I don't know. Like I was really about to admit out loud that my heart had indeed skipped several beats. Oh my, Hibari, it's working. Mine was racing the entire time. Having you by my side all day made it bounce around all over my chest. His words nailed me to the spot. I couldn't move. I could barely breathe. I'm your suitor, but one of 4. Worried that I messed it all up. That you never feel anything for me. I was terrified that I would never manage to reach you, but today it seemed like you moved just a little bit closer. I didn't imagine that, did I? He looked at me and I reflexively looked away. I thought I felt him chuckle, but I refused to look back at him. Instead, I started walking away. Eventually, the sun sank below the horizon, and the park was wrapped in a gentle evening twilight. The soft glow of the street lamps and the boat's bright lighting pushed back the darkness. We strolled for a bit, until Ichiya suddenly stopped. Yeah, it's just as good as I'd hoped. This will be a wonderful view. Oh? Looking at the beautiful starry night. It's beautiful, although I don't know how starry it could be. With all the city lights, all the light pollution, can't see anything. It's like a stark difference when you go to the mountains and like can just everything's like dark and spooky, but then you can see the night sky. The stars glittering in the night sky. The lights from the boat gleaming off the waves. Don't you think this view is as lovely as the gemstones we looked at earlier today? Though, of course, jewelry and starlight are nothing compared to the most beautiful sight I saw today. You. I reflexively wanted to roll my eyes. But that didn't feel like a suitable reaction this time. I stayed silent and gazed at the glittering light spread before us like a mat of jewels. Something about this feels so strange. Is this what people mean when they talk about getting lost in the mood? This was very much a date atmosphere, no question. And Ichiya seemed much more like an older, more mature man than he had during our last date. Our last date felt lighthearted and joyful, but this time a warm feeling was lodged deep in my chest. We got lucky with the weather today. I'm glad you also got to see the best view this place has to offer. Ichiya's words were offhanded, but they chilled me like a bucket of ice water. Also, it was a little word I'd usually just ignore, but this time it stabbed into my heart like a thorn. All of a sudden, I finally remembered the whole point of agreeing to go on this date with him. So you've seen this scenery with someone else? Huh? Who did you come here together with? Did you want to marry them too? Oh no. Well, Please, tell me who you came here with before. Did you tell her the same things that you told me? How the city lights and stars pale in comparison. Hibari. Answer me! Ichiya looked away for a minute, thinking. Then he turned back to me with determined eyes. I wish I could say that you are my first love, but I can't. I mean, okay, that's fair. He's an older man. Attractive man by his own accounts. Yes, I dated other girls before you, but that's in the past. Now it's different. With you here with me, no one else matters. I don't think about them. There's no way I would. My thoughts are consumed by you. I'm serious. Right now. You're my one and only. One and only. Ichiya looked at me with pleading eyes. I felt my cheeks flush hot. No, I can't let myself get swept away. That doesn't answer my question. Hibari. Please, I want to get to know you better. The real you. I stared back at him firmly. I refused to back down. Something wavered deep in the back of Ichiya's eyes. Tell me. I swear to you, at that moment, I meant exactly what I said. Period. The only thing I forgot to take into account was that the two of us had grown quite a bit closer today, and we weren't exactly in our right minds. The scenery was too romantic. My words left enough wiggle room for interpretation, and I accidentally allowed a bit of emotions to seep into my voice and give it a mournful tone. All right, I'll show you. The starlight scenery, the charged emotions, it all spurred Ichiya to do what he did next. Wait, what? Oh. Uh-oh. Is that the precious thing stolen? My mind went completely blank. All of a sudden, a force pulled me forward. A tall, dark shadow loomed above me. Oh, we got smooching. Wait, it's a little bit too early for this, right? I mean, I said that with Taiga too. It's a little bit too early to be on the bed. But usually they save the kiss for last. Because it's her first kiss. And lips latched onto mine. No way! The shock of warmth where we touched. The lights gleaming in my wide-open eyes. My brain went from a blank slate to a whirl of confusion in an instant. Oh, okay, this is probably bad. This is probably a little bit too early for her. Usually they wait until, like, the him and ha, like, they are unsure of each other's feelings, and then, like, the guy confesses, and then at the end she finally confesses. Ichiya, you're skipping a few steps that, like, the other routes did. She's not even sure about him yet. Oh my gosh. Is he really? Ichiya was kissing me. By the time it sunk in, he was already pulling away from me reluctantly. Who cares about the old me? The past is the past. I want you to see me for who I am now. I'll do whatever it takes to let you know how I feel, my beloved Hibari. As many times as I have to. Oh no, she's mad. Ooh! A sharp crack rang through across the waterfront as my open palm connected with Ichiya's cheek. Ichiya, you took it the wrong way! Oh, poor Aramura did not know he would do this when he said, like, be more aggressive, but of course that, like, Ichiya's mind is just like, alright, force a kiss. Show her I am hot stuff. Oh no. You jerk! Got the Baka treatment. I snarled at Ichiya, who stood in stunned silence as I turned on my heel and ran away as fast as my shaking legs would carry me. Does it end like that? No, I want more. I want to keep going. Precious thing stolen. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Okay, now it's like... Now it's gonna be... the silent treatment. We're gonna avoid him. Ichiya, you went too hard in the wrong direction, sir. Poor Hibari. I mean, it might just be what she needs to, like, think of him in a different way, but your poor maiden heart. Alright, well, we gotta take a break, but yeah, I'm guessing we'll probably get through, like, this chunk next time, and then we'll finish up the board after that. Alright, let's save. Gotta go all the way back down. All the way back down to the bulk files. Alrighty, save over here. Okie doke. Well, I'm gonna leave off this cliffhanger here. Hope you guys are having a fun and relaxing time. And I will see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.